Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw Tips and Tricks. Just yesterday, I made a video about toolkaiser.com, and where it would cut out vectors for really cutting into foam, but that's not what this video is about. It gave me a really good idea. If you wanted to show a logo on a cup, you need to make the cup, when you print it out, the exact size of the cup. So I took a picture of this cup and I got it relatively square. And this is on a regular sheet of printing paper, which is 8.5 by 11. And you can see I'm a little bit off. So what we could do is bring in an indexing line, put it like right there on that corner, and you can see where I'm off. So what we could do now is double click on it and get the center rotation and have it snap to right there. And then take this, double click on it, and rotate it to where that line is about the same as the other line. And that's not saying, you need to make sure your cup is square on your paper. And I'm going to say it is. So now what we can do, let's take away the indexing line. And let's take a rectangle. And if you will start from like that corner, and then go down to that corner. See, I'm a little bit off still on that side, but for doing what we're doing is pretty good. But now what you need to do is make this rectangle. Well, we can do this. Let's select it all and go intersect. And then let's move that out of the way. So now that piece of paper, let's just move all this stuff out of the way. Let's put this in the center of the page, which really doesn't matter in this case. And now what we need to do is make this paper. And you could do it ratio unlocked and ratio locked. We're going to try it locked, and we're going to make this 11. So it made it 8.625, which is really close. So we can unlock our ratio and go 8.5. That is the size of the cup. For real. And then if you have measured your cup and you go from the bottom to the top with your parallel dimension tool, and it is 8.16, and that way you can double check that that's what it is. So you've got a perfect match of a perfect item. Now I'm using IBM because I'm not going to print it. I'm just going to use it. And matter of fact, for the video, we're going to make it yellow so it'll kind of stand out. And of course, you'd want to, most cups are going to engrave like gray or silver, and then put that about where you want it, and then print that off and take it to the customer and say, that's what your cup going to look like. Matter of fact, you could actually, go to a silver and say, that's what your cup's going to look like, because the size is going to be perfect. And then when you get ready to engrave it, you're just going to make it black and make it an RGB black, put your cup in your rotary attachment. And of course, now we're a little bit of an angle. So we're going to go plus 90 degrees, and we're going to do that. And so this is the way it's going to look in your rotary. And go 90 degrees, and put your leg, what I would do is take a red dot pointer and, let's just make a red dot. It won't be that big on your machine if your laser has a red dot pointer. Would be to put, well, you know what would even be better? Let's grab the logo in there. There's the center of that logo. And just move what you could do is bring indexing lines and put it to that edge. Well, that's the center of the dot. But, you see what I'm getting at. And you could move this around and then hit your logo again. And we're pretty close. So we need to move this down a little bit. We're pretty close. This is where you might want to nudge. So I've got my nudge factor set pretty low. So we need to move it down a little bit and over to the left, and then click on your item. We're still a little bit off. Click on your red dot and click on your, I mean, we're really, really close. There you go. Now, you won't have a red dot there to work with, but you'll know the center of your logo. So what you're gonna do, the red dot will still be there when your laser's running, and then just take your logo, and if you'll grab it from that center and put it right on that quadrant and move it over just a little bit. I'm having a little bit of difficulty, but like, now you won't be able to move it in your laser like this, but you could move the laser, and you've got this worked out, and just, another thing you do, because you can't really move it around once it's in the laser. Let's make this your nudge factor like 10. And what I would do is take your shift tool and double click your rotation. And now you have, a box. And to find the center of that box, we could take a 2-point line. And this way, you could bring this now into your laser. You could still see all this stuff. And then I would definitely, take away, even though they're hairlines and they will not print, I'd make sure I take everything away. But that way you can move it, and then that'll print center perfectly on that cup. I hope that helped just a little bit. Thank you for watching.